been a while since we last met. We didn't meet last week because we had a bunch of friends coming in from Boston. I know we're still waiting on Zeus, but I would like to get things started just to kind of get the ball moving on this. So when we last met, you guys fought a white dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Ancient, I'll have you know. He was
ancient
massive.
white dragon, yes. You went through his whole lair and actually handled it relatively well.
Mm-hmm.
Although you did get some traps in there, and you guys got fucked around with by that dragon.
That was
just a little bit.
He literally threw some of you around. And
Now let's be real, he just threw me around.
Yeah. No, he had a grand old time with you guys though. And almost collapsed a fucking mountain on you guys.
Yeah.
Every day I'm just surviving. Keep climbing the mountain.
And you collected your spoils, pretty certain in your victory. And when you arrived back, you found a team of 4 cloud giants speaking in unison, their eyes glazed over, saying that they demand the Sentinels of Clelen as payment for the wrongdoing that was caused to them.
Didn't they say
And-
all
I thought they
hail
said
Blesig?
We are in trouble.
I thought they said something about like the wielder of the mace.
Well, they distinctively said Sentinels of Clelen, but they also said something in the name of our Lord Blesig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you re-enter the city, like as you see this, all of a sudden you
I
are
put my arms down, just like that.
surrounded, absolutely surrounded, like spears pointed at you by the entire royal guard of, like the entire dwarven royal guard.
I poke spears back a little bit.
Yeah,
They don't move. They are like.
I have my halberd out.
So this is awkward.
Oh, come on, we just killed an ancient white dragon for you. What do you want?
Yeah. So you 4 are working for Blesig.
And you hear the clanking of armor, and you hear, I don't know what you're talking about with this whole Blesig thing, but it's clear that the giants want you. And you turn around and see
Father
Not the alpha.
of the giants.
Turn around and see. Oh, hello.
Oh, right, the one that we were warned about.
the high priestess of the grand priestess of Moradin, Gadagar Brightblade, the
That my
wielder of
ancestors
the
warned us
life
about.
hammer.
Which we're not supposed to trust.
Right.
Bad things happen if we trust her.
Oh.
Corrupted. And now we know why.
Bad things happen if you bring her along. That was the
Well, we didn't bring her along, and look what's happened.
Well, she's here now, and look what happened.
True.
I thought we had like some suspicion that she had like corrupted the hammer or something.
Or that
Yeah.
the hammer was
From-
corrupted?
What's his name?
Yeah, the warlock that we found.
The Wandering Warlock.
Yeah.
Well,
So she's standing there and says, and she looks over at you, who are all like three layers of spears in, because like the entire royal guard is around you
Hooray.
with spears and pikes, and just like
Pokebits.
ready to pounce at a moment's notice.
So many Pokebits.
Mm.
Seeing as you are members of the court of the King of Raelden, I cannot immediately hand you over to these giants, but I cannot have you being a flight risk. Guards, take them to the prisons.
Oh. That's
Oh, you're
not nice.
adorable.
It was like you couldn't just like. I'm sure you've got a teleportation circle runes for. I'm pulling this like hearing Uranus talk about runes. I assume that fancy places have this. You would know that Raelden has those. Can't you just send us there?
No.
Oh.
Whatever this problem was most likely committed on our soil. Therefore, this problem must be resolved here. That is the way of the dwarves.
So, I don't know if this is a law here but don't we deserve to know what the charges are before we're brought down to prison?
No. And she just turns around and walks away.
Well, damn.
If they try to put shackles on us, I will not try to break free of them until they try to take my reach for the pauldrons.
Yeah, I'm going to hide my bag of holding on my person that has all my gear.
Get up your butt!
Yeah,
Pretty
they march you down to the prisons
What do I
and
have to-
make you strip.
Yeah, how do I hide this bag of holding? With all my stuff.
You don't. They make you. Well, I mean, you can try
Yeah, I
to
want.
like drop it
Just
somewhere
like
or something.
hold it behind your back, and then when they walk behind you, pull it around front.
Yeah. Like that scene out of.
To the side.
You each got at least 6 guards watching you.
Okay.
Ah, rats.
So
Alright.
what do I have to make here?
Sleight of hand to try to like drop it on your way there.
Okay. Is it disadvantage or normal?
Disadvantage. Yes.
Okay.
Because you're being watched by so many people.
And let's all.
All right, and we're gonna do some rolls.
Uh-oh.
I have horrible perceptions.
It's a magic bad. They get advantage. No.
I have detect magic up. Or wait, my gloves are invisible, so maybe they won't notice that.
But now that you mention it, goggles invisibility see you.
No, don't take my lyre. I'm terrible with it. Trust me.
So as you're walking, you just kind of very like you make kind of like some gestures over here to try to distract him. You drop it off, and you think you get away with it, and then all of a sudden one of the dwarves just kind of keeps walking, bends down, scoops the bag up, and tosses it over his shoulder.
I'd like to point out I have not had my weapon produced in any way.
So yeah, when you get to the prison, they make you strip all of your items off. They pat you down and everything, so they like
It's my AC
feel your
now.
gauntlets.
Just 10 plus dex instead of 14. Okay.
I keep the pauldrons on.
They demand that you take them off.
Is it the same with my mask?
Yes. And, like they strip you down to your skivvies.
So I'm naked.
Okay,
Commando.
you're doing like the hand towel thing.
Oh no.
This
Check out.
is an intimidation tactic.
One of them grabs a pair of like shorts and throws them at you and demands that you put them on.
No.
Let me keep my pauldrons on, and I'll put your shorts on.
Don't make me have to go get the mistress down to have a conversation with you. I can tell you right now, you will not like it.
Maybe she'll like what she sees.
She doesn't like sword fodder, if that's what you're thinking.
To each the rub.
Sword fodder. Wait, we just killed an ancient white dragon.
One second.
Sword fodder. Sword fodder.
Gotta give them so much shit for this.
And I'm essentially while this is going on, being like, "Oh yes, take all my weapons, all of them. Here you go. Here's my weapon. Here you go."
Yeah.
Wait, what is your packed weapon?
Other than my pauldrons, I put everything
My
I own that
pack
can
weapon
fit into it in my
is-
own bag of holding.
Love you too. Oh no,
It
they
is
take
a-
like
it
the
is a
bag of
short
holding. They
sword of
take.
Oh no, I'm
everything.
just saying I put everything but short of the pauldrons in the bag of holding.
Oh yeah. So I can't even like hide a knife, but I don't need to.
Yeah, my pack weapon is currently a short of wounding. And
Yeah, they tell
I
you to
didn't-
put take the pauldrons off, or they will have to go get the mistress.
I want to talk to her anyways.
Very difficult. All right, Throkk.
Oh shit!
The whispers. Gosh, I don't have my headband of intelligence on anymore. I don't have my +2 to initiative from my quarterstaff.
All the
all
attunements don't
buffs.
break unless we spend like an hour away from it. So if we get out of here before that hour's up, after we've
Yeah, then I
taken
can
it
just put it
off,
right back on and be fine.
yeah, same with my belt. So
Nice.
that's why I'm not.
Good to know.
That's why I'm not adjusting my strength just yet.
Yeah. Intelligence is less relevant from my
Yeah.
character. It's more just for the flavor and for
Oh,
a
I
couple
don't have my
checks,
wings
so.
are flying though.
Oh no!
That would be a real good time to be able to
That's-
summon my scepter to me.
Just like that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
heroes do.
It's kind of a great moment because like
That's
oh yeah
what
yeah yeah,
heroes
yeah.
Just quote All Might at him.
Yeah.
What even
So,
quote at that?
so I get to be like, yes, please take all of my magical items. Yes, of course. As soon as we're
Oh,
alone.
John.
Yeah.
Whatever we
Are you able
do,
to like
now
pass
it's my
off your
items.
blade to other people?
That's
Because
a good question. It's a physical blade. Let me
Yeah, because if I
Oh.
remember correctly, you can, but it like disappears after a minute or something.
see.
Because this is like the Pact of the Blade Warlock, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but my packed weapon, I have used a magic item and made that one.
Yeah, but
Packed weapon.
yeah, I get that. It's just I'm remembering someone at one point handed it off to someone else and then it disappeared from a different campaign.
Let me see.
Is it you stored in like a pocket dimension or something?
Yeah.
D&D
Hmm.
Player's Handbook. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm not sure why my webcam isn't focused, but I also it doesn't look like I can easily find the software for it, so we're just gonna deal with it. Oh, sorry, something interesting is going on with Kyle. It's just
Packed weapon disappears if it is more than 5 feet away from you for 1 minute or more.
Okay,
Okay.
so you could theoretically just throw it over to like me or something
Yeah.
if necessary.
yeah.
So I can get my sneak attacks off.
Yay! Get your secret stuff off on the door. There's no way I can sense you.
Yeah, I have to ask if my
I don't think you get secret attack on doors.
no, not that. It's just that my hidden blades were adjusted to like these to like melded with gloves of thievery, and gloves of thievery are invisible while they're on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to know how that translates.
Yeah, that's probably like a contested, or not a contested, but they need to make a perception check to see them. It's probably like a DC 30 or something if they're invisible. Probably not something the guards could make.
Oh yeah, because if we have that, then I can just press a button and get my lockpicks open. Is the thing.
Nice. It's always good to be a rogue in situations where you get locked up against your will.
It's always good to have my lovely skill alter my gauntlets.
Yes, Wizkill. Mike's gonna be like, "Why did I do that?" Just like,
I am Deus Ex Machina. Thank you.
oh no, to pull up the lockpicks. We're locked in. Whatever will we do?
Oh.
Yeah, this is quite a pickle diplomatically, though. Like, obviously, we can get out of the prison relatively easily, but Yeah. the
I was
dwarves
having
are-
like a Rorschach vibe of from Zed here because he's now like forcibly had his mask forcibly removed.
It's like-
Give me back my face!
yeah, because it's like those giants just showed up, and then now the dwarves are like, ah, yes, we must do what the giants say. Probably because of what's her face, red-haired dwarf lady with the special hammer.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is. Oh dear, Aera's not too great with figuring out
Oh, I have the worst feeling ever that something bad's gonna happen to my mace.
international politics.
Behold, I am regal.
Anyone else got a like horrible vibe that my mace is gonna see something bad happen to it?
Oh boy, yeah. Somebody the lady's gonna grab your mace and be like, "Now I have the hammer and the mace." Woo!
And then I just scream at her like that Star Wars guy, traitor! And rush her.
Yeah, hit her with some blades.
Yo.
Oh my gosh, what are they doing? They've been talking for so long.
What?
No, I'm concerned. Now I'm concerned for Throkk. I feel like every minute Throkk spends alone with an enemy NPC is another chance for Throkk to get hurt by the enemy.
Throkk's invincible.
I know. He's got all sorts of resistances and reasons to stand up even when he hits 0 hit points, but I'm more concerned about his unbreakable freed slave spirit. I'm
now going
worried
through my spells and seeing which things have material components.
Oh, I really hope he gets.
right.
Not a lot.
Let's see.
My
I think.
component pouch is gone.
Yeah. Let's see here. Shield of Faith, material, cure. It's not material. Divine Smite, not material.
The only ones I can't do fly. I can't do revivify, obvious. Oh, wait, no, that's on the range.
I can do Zone of Truth.
Nice.
That's
I can do
restoration.
Dimension Door. I
That'll
can
be
do Guardian
useful.
of Faith.
Oh, Dimension Door. That's useful. We're stuck in prison.
Yeah, I was
Um,
thinking about Dimension Enduring out of this whole thing.
Should have just taken me with you. Would have been fugitives, and we could have snuck
Yeah.
everyone out.
Yeah.
I can do
I mean,
Eldritch Blast.
We can still do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's essentially, at any point, I can just be like, well, never mind. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, I can do a lot of my spells. Can I do my Hex? No, I can't. That's
I can't do
stupid.
Flame Strike, but then I almost never do Flame Strike anyway.
I can't use my Wand of Lightning
I
bolts 'cause
can
took
use
it.
Investiture of Flame, though.
That's only what verbal somatic, right? Or
Yep,
is it just
verbal
somatic? Yeah.
Yeah. I can Guiding Bolt and Cure. That's a scroll. I don't have that. Can't do Invisibility. Can't do Darkness.
Oh, darn.
Yeah. Well, if I could go and...
Oh no!
Doodle.
I'm washing all of my sheets because
Oh, wait, I can't
they're not smelling great in here, and I was like, I want to make sure that the sheets are clean.
I can query ability on this one. Then.
We'll say the cat got to them. Yes.
Don't I have it?
You know, I never seen anyone last longer than 10 minutes, but you were in there for a whole hour.
Is that the record?
I believe so. So she places you back in the cell and closes the door.
Maybe didn't everything.
Verification here. I need verification on something. So, when Wizgil upgraded my hidden blades there, and she fused them with like the gloves of thievery, are they invisible?
No.
Okay then. So I don't have access to those.
Nope.
You have to use your freakishly long fingernails as lockpicks.
And one other thing they do before they leave is they actually bring an older dwarf. He's kind of leans very heavily on a staff. He's got long robes, and he goes over to you, Vernon. He grabs your hand, your dominant hand, and he takes out a special ink,
What?
and he
Motherfucker.
kind of another man holds your hand down, and he starts tapping something into your flesh.
I walk over and I plant my hands down on Vernon's shoulder and I was like, just bear with it. Bear with it.
Oh no! I've got all this magic in my ass. Someone needs to come over here and put a seal on my ass.
Don't give them any ideas, Tic Tac. Also, you're a worse liar than I was. And I assume Vernon's like squirming, so I'm just like,
It does
stay here.
Oh no! Oh please!
And
oh.
when they, take away the thing, you feel something is not quite right with your hand anymore.
Oh. So what is it like? Is it like tattooed now, or what?
Yeah, your hand has been tattooed with a special arcane mark.
Now,
Fucker.
is that like a henna tattoo? It's gonna disappear after the trial.
Oh, that's like we tapped ink into your flesh.
The old school way. I love that way.
Like the old school,
Sharp tooth on a stick with a hammer.
yeah, basically.
Gosh.
So what I'm getting
Really
is that
short teeth?
I need to scrape away the skin and then cast Cure Wounds on myself.
or get someone to remove curse, because what they did was they put
Would lesser restoration work?
it's a specific spell
Oh.
that
Yeah.
they used. It is for
Oh yeah, that won't work. Blind, deafened, poisoned, or paralyzed. Never mind.
Yeah.
there's a special
It's a specific curse.
there's a specific I know what it is.
Like
I'm
rules,
trying
but-
to remember
No.
what it is.
took it.
If anybody's
Not like
got
rules,
a
though.
100 gold of diamond dust laying around, I can get rid of it.
What, greater
Not
restoration?
anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Rhaenys does.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does
Shove
it,
that diamond dust up your ass.
So
Some of
you
your
are
Rhaenys
all
had everything.
now without any magic items, any magical foci,
And some
in
of
which
us are
you
without.
cast things.
I can still cast spells because they didn't do nothing to me.
Yeah.
A lot of my stuff's verbal somatic.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you need your holy symbol to be able to cast your spells.
Oh, I just need that for material components.
You
I don't.
need it as an arcane focus.
Yeah,
Or,
because you're
holy
you're a
focus.
paladin. Yeah.
Everyone either uses components or a focus to cast spells.
Yeah, but do you need that for like just ones that are verbal somatic? I didn't know that.
I think if you're a divine spellcaster, I think you might.
Yeah, I think you need one for all of
I know
them.
that's
Alrighty,
the
alrighty.
case. I know that's the case in Pathfinder. I'm not sure about 5e.
Use a focus. Holy symbol as a spellcasting focus. Now I have to go look up spellcasting. We're gonna page not found.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Roll20. You're so useful. Oh, PHB, I require your assistance.
Spellcasting.
Oh yeah,
Oh, man.
because I was so sure that the purpose
Okay,
the
yeah,
purpose of a
if-
focus was
if-
to eliminate the material
Yeah,
components.
if you have an arcane focus, it can eliminate the components.
Okay,
The
so you-
material components.
yeah,
So you
However,
don't.
as long as they don't have a specific GP requirement.
however, if it only has verbal somatic, you're fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless they
Okay.
gag and or bind us in
Yeah.
such a way that we can't.
Okay.
They're not
Question.
They're not going to go that far necessarily, but you are constantly being watched.
Question.
Yes,
Um,
question.
Does this cell seem to have the same physical characteristics that would be the assumption that it has the same magic blocking property?
Not
and
the
spiritual
exact
blocking?
same. It has magical blocking properties, but it does not have the same maddening effect as the other one did.
Can I attempt to commune in here?
You can attempt. I was going to say wisdom. You
Nothing.
attempt to meditate and reach out, and you just kind of like hit a wall.
Damn.
Oh.
And it's just not reaching out to you.
Let's give it a try as well. See if my guide has any insight.
I grumble with
Probably
a.
not.
You reach up
something
towards the
human.
sun, but being underground and so far away from his light is very hard to get in, tap into that communication with him.
I
So
grumble.
you sit in
Oh,
the cell for you're not sure how long. There appears to be guards changing every now and then. It's a little bit inconsistent about when they shift, so you can't really judge how long days have been.
Oh, okay, so we've been here for a time, so our attunements are broken.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Like potentially long enough for a long rest. If we
Long
fell
enough for
asleep.
a long rest.
Yay.
You eventually are able to get to sleep.
Yay, full health and half my hit die.
Yep. I was all out of hit dice, so
Same.
so yeah, that was because we just
Is it
Um,
is it
we
half
killed the
spent or
dragon.
half total?
Half.
half of what you
Hmm.
Don't remember.
I think it's up to half total.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Max, obviously, but still.
Well, I only spent
Yeah.
5, so I get them all. So I've got
Yeah.
So after eventually what you learn is about a week.
Oh god.
They feed you in the meantime and things like that. You know, you're not treated too terribly. Eventually, after about what appears to be a week, the king of Railden actually comes and visits you.
Are you doing like prison push-ups and chin-ups and stuff?
It is
Kill
half
you.
total.
Ricky, Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Wait, no, I gotta do this.
Oh no.
Somehow better than everyone.
We are a sorry bunch.
It's
One.
because I'm not wearing pants.
oh yeah, Vernon, you
Roll.
in your time, you occasionally try to see like if you can, just for shits and giggles, summon your pact weapon. It doesn't work.
I kind of got that from the tattoo thing.
400.
And eventually, the king does show up and just, oh, praise Heronius, you're still alive. I am
It would take more than that to kill me.
Yeah.
Hooray!
sorry.
Stuck in
And a
prison.
couple dragons couldn't do it.
I would have come sooner.
I don't
Yeah,
worry
it's fine.
As
about
soon
it.
as I knew, I
Title of
came.
you
And
sex tape.
So what's the
I
plan,
have some
Chief?
things to fill you in on.
Title of you sex tape. Sorry, I'm losing
And
a little
the
bit.
king
Anybody?
just kind of turns to the dwarven guards and says, "If you would allow me to speak with my court in privacy," and they just kind of look at each other and say, 5 minutes, and walk out.
Be gone, vile man! Be gone from me!
Beyond
Be
thoughts.
gone, thought.
Oh god.
So he turns to you. I don't have much time. There's a lot to explain and not a whole lot of time. So here's what you need to know. First and foremost, don't bring up Blesig.
Why not?
See,
don't ask
the thing
questions.
is,
Keep
you
talking,
have
keep
seen
talking.
him.
Keep talking.
You have seen the Great Eye, and you have looked into it and survived with your sanity intact. You can now see his influence in the world.
Questionably.
Those who have not seen it cannot understand his influence in the world. When you see Blesig acting through the giants, the dwarves cannot, which is why you're in this mess in the first place.
What happened to my mace?
Secondly, and this is very important, so listen to me. I'm going to help you escape.
What about our stuff?
Prison.
I will see what I can do.
I'm really
I'll see
sorry
if I
about
can find where they're
breakfast
holding
food.
it, but this is what you need to know. I have challenged the Grand Priestess to a duel.
Fuck.
And we will, and and it is to prove your innocence.
Trial
Well,
by combat makes
not
sense.
necessarily to prove your innocence, but the idea is a trial by combat of sorts, yes. But whether or not you will be immediately handed over to the Giants or handed over to me, to have me try to sort things out with the Giants.
Okay, so what do you need us
During
to do?
that battle, they will have everyone available in that field, ready to act as a second.
Mm-hmm.
That is your time to escape. You will get out of here. And he gives you a description of, you go this way, turn this way, go this way, then turn this way.
Mhm.
Pause because there's going to be guards. Go this way. Like, he gives you a very intricate map and says you will find there the teleportation circle.
Okay.
There is he gives you a series of runes
Let's be honest,
to
he gives
use
it to
with the
Arenas.
teleportation circle. That will bring you to a hedge wizard who lives on the edge of the wildlands. From there, you must go to the Seas of Chaos and find the Storm Giants. They will explain everything.
Hooray.
Oh shit, dude.
I think we only have a little bit of time left.
Thank
And I know what you must be thinking. Why am I helping you? Because you are a force of good in this world. And that is what we need more than anything.
Aye, that be true.
You know what? I don't care what the rest of them say about you. You're right.
I've always stood by your side.
Now's not the time to brown nose, Vernon. All right,
My loyalty is to the crown.
my loyalty's to the crown itself, not the king.
My loyalty is to the tiles that stand just before the.
Okay. So when is this combat taking place? Did he say?
Soon.
How will we know? Will our guards actually disappear?
Possibly. In fact, you will probably be present for the battle.
Okay. But
So does that mean I can be your second?
No.
what happens?
My
if you
wife
die?
shall be my second.
Oh.
I'm her second.
Get that.
I admire you. Truly, Throkk. I do. But you have a greater mission than I.
Is this a duel to the death, or are you just gonna get knocked unconscious? This matters.
It will most likely be a duel to the death.
Son of a whore.
Yeah, So, what happens if you lose?
He dies.
Well, I know, but
Then she goes in, and if she dies, then we get handed to the Giants.
oh shit!
And if I'm following correctly.
And what does Railton do that it's Mavarax?
Then Uranus becomes king. I don't know.
Nobles. No, Arenas is here. Nobles.
Edition?
Nobles.
Then my son becomes king in waiting,
Congratulations.
and we have someone act as ruler until he is of age.
I'm gonna reach through the bars and just grab his hand, say, "Thank you. You have sacrificed so much for us, and you never had to, and I appreciate it deeply. I've never been that familiar with monarchy or what is required of royalty, but you've honestly exceeded every expectation, and it's an honor to have known you."
The honor is mine, Aera.
A royal grand vizier.
This is the part where I'd give you like a carved little thing out of wood, but I don't have the carvings, and you don't want what I've been sculpting with.
Then let me give you something in return. And he gently runs his hand across, he like kind of gently caresses your face, and he says, "I give you my blessing."
Ooh.
Thank you, sir.
And you feel something You're not sure what, but you definitely feel something affect you.
Blessing of 20th level. No. Shit.
And the guards come in and
That
say,
RP bonus.
King, are you ready? That I am. And he turns and is led out of the room. And they put you all in shackles and lead you out as well.
How thick are the
Into this-
shackles?
And you're brought through all these
Like
different
3
areas
seats.
into this massive arena.
How
And
thick
there,
are the
in
shackles?
the center of the arena,
They're thick enough.
stands a stout dwarf, the same one from before, the one with the staff and the arcane robes and whatnot.
He fights
says, people are cheering and shouting. You see the king enter from the left. He's got a long, flowing cape, a large shield with 2 what appear to be some kind of javelins poking out from the top.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful golden items, and next on his hip is a sword, which you've seen before, and you know that when he pulls it out, it's going to be in the shape of a lightning bolt.
Mm.
That's cool.
Strange self. Never mind.
And then in from the other side comes the
I know we couldn't trust him.
Grand Priestess. She has a hammer that is at least as tall as her. Where the head would be is an anvil. The entire thing seems to be made out of a single piece of iron.
That's so hardcore. I love it.
Fucking Morgan.
She wears no cape, but she wears thick, heavy armor that appears almost green. If anyone wants to make an Arcana check,
Yes.
Brandis does.
I'll do. Oh.
I.
all right. Let me give.
Bada bing, bada.
I don't have my hands.
Kyle, I'm giving you.
What?
I'm giving you control over Uranus for the time being.
Neat.
All right, Vernon, Zed, you both recognize that she is wearing full plate, and it's adamantine.
Hey, I used to wear something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
Expertise bullshit.
Uranus actually notices that it's magic. Like, there's some kind of innate magic in it. And you also notice that with her hammer, there seems to be some kind of faint, like, fire. Like, it seems to be not quite cherry red, but it is red. As if
How close are we
superheated.
to the king?
Huh?
How close are we to the king?
Oh, you're like 50 feet away.
Let me double check his stuff real quick.
He's gonna send a
no,
message.
You're like,
to, like,
you're,
Can't-
I mean, like,
can't
they're in the
message.
center of the arena.
okay, yeah.
I need
it's
the
got
copper
it's got
wire.
material components. Yeah.
I need the copper wire. I can't message.
Like
And
Dimension
Uh,
doorway. Goodbye,
um,
everybody.
Twin dimension door.
they they speak and say, and the king speaks first. I, King Richard V, King James V,
Oh, good old Richard.
the
He's a dick.
Grand Paladin of Heronius, defender of his valor and might, do hereby declare a duel to you, Gadagar Brightblade. And she responds, and I, Gadagar Brightblade, priestess, Grand Priestess of Moradin, Mistress of the Forge, do hereby accept your duel. It shall be to yield or to death.
Oh, choices. Good.
Do you accept these terms? I do.
No, to death only.
No.
Kill me, I am not afraid.
Then let's begin. So, they roll for initiative. Let me put on some battle music.
Oh my gosh.
Can you put them like on these platforms?
Or do you have like a
I
battle
will
map
see what I
drawn
can
up?
Oh,
This is 2 steps from hell, by the way.
Yeah.
Strength of 1,000 men.
Zeus is about to get on. He's booting up his computer.
Hey.
Oh no.
That's what you get for not being a Dex Paladin.
Oh
Ugh.
It's okay. She's gonna do exactly worse. I shall roll 10. Rerolling too or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Can we? Just in case we want to try to do something during battle?
I guess so.
I mean, we are supposed to escape at some point, aren't we?
I
yeah.
want to try to... Oh, never mind. I can't.
Ah.
Shit, well, the natural 20.
I can't.
Shit, I wasn't expecting that.
It's okay. Move those stubby little dwarf legs to charge at the king. Like a hedgehog running.
So, Gadagar opens up.
If she casts a spell, Arena should counter it.
She's too far away
Wait.
for that.
So we were 50 feet. Oh, wait, you were 50 feet from the king. I also can counter spell.
So can I.
I don't know that
Really?
interfering in the duel is the best idea, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a great way to, just have them be like, well, off there with their heads.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty much a
she
forfeit.
opens up with she just kind of takes her hammer and boom right onto the ground, and this swirling storm of flames just comes out of nowhere and just engulfs the king.
What the fuck was that? Firestorm?
I fluffed the dragon's breath.
Sent him to the moon?
Yeah, she straight up used Firestorm first round.
That is a
Ouch.
heck of an opening volley.
Burn
And
through those high
he gets
valencies.
engulfed. And when he emerges, he's just. And she just says, "Will you yield yet, you daft bastard?" And he says, "Not even a chance." He pulls out one of the javelins, and you see at the tip of it is a lightning bolt. And just lobs it straight at her. And as it arcs towards her, he says, "Strike." And there's a flash, and it turns into a lightning bolt, and just
That's so badass. He's totally gonna die.
nails her straight in the chest. And then he starts moving closer to her and pulls out another one and does the same thing.
Multi-attack, bitch!
The second one misses, but she still has to like try to dodge out of the way of it. Which she actually managed to do pretty well. And she only takes a little bit of damage from that.
Dang, dexterous paladin.
So he's like slowly closing the gap. So she smacks her hammer down again, and a wreath of blades just shoots out from her. Or no, I'm sorry, not that spell.
Yeah, so while this part's going on, in Elvish I'm gonna ask Aranus, like, what's the plan here? How do we escape?
The plan is that we look for an opening, be it an upset or in favor of the king.
Mhm.
And
So we're
she
gonna have to read
falls or she falls or yields, and then when the second clambers to, when they clamor to have the second go up, maybe we can have a moment.
Okay, so we have to
We
wait
have a
for
chance.
that moment.
We'll have to read the crowd.
Because they'll
At
be
the very
because he said they'll be distracted because they'll all be trying to be the second, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so we have to wait
So
for that.
she smacks her hammer, and this piercing lance of light just fires out of it. And the king just kind of deftly just smacks it away with his shield and just continues charging towards her.
Lance of
pulls
Faith
out
never hits!
Blade. He pulls out his blade, which kind of crackles with this holy energy. And all
Not
of
even
a
for
sudden,
the DM does Knights of Faith.
you see him say something underneath his breath, and these two bright, luminescent wings erupt out from his back. And his sword just glows with a holy light. That is right.
Was he in low key as
Not in fact a king. He is not in fact a human.
Awesome.
And he flies, literally flies over the land and just strikes at Gadagar.
Watch, he's not even Asmar, he's just secretly like a Solarian or something. Oh no, a Solar, excuse me.
He's an Empyrean.
Oh no! He's one of the inevitables.
Well, he's definitely awesomer.
Both times with
Kill
his
him.
holy avenger.
Kill him now.
Execute him first.
Execute him.
Well, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kill him now.
Uh-oh. It's frozen.
He's just thinking.
Oh.
How best to kill these two
It was
characters,
deadly
I-
stillness. Hi, Drax.
So yeah, he like just slices her into her twice and just cuts her deep, and she like, "Ugh, you tough bastard! You think that you're going to hurt me that easily?" And she once again stamps her hammer, and a column of fire erupts from the ground.
Hey.
Right, so
So you have nothing right now. No gear other than your clothes.
Other than the prison, like.
And my connection to Bahamut.
Yes.
No, you don't
If
have your
he's
shield.
listening,
I'm still connected to him. I'm not some phony paladin like you.
Hey, I will have you know that I almost summoned Loth to become a paladin. Never forget that I almost summoned Loth to our house.
Oh God, that's right. I missed that session. Anyways,
So yeah, he seems to just kind of brush off this gout of flame that has enveloped him, and he goes to strike at her again, but she is able to stamp her hammer again.
So is there no gym today?
No,
He's sick and he's had a lot of personal stuff going on this week that's been pretty heavy for him. So
I feel you. Poor guy.
yeah. So Throkk
Summons
Kyle
a spiritual weapon right behind him as a second version of the hammer comes and smacks him right in the back. And he's just, how in the world did you manage that? She says, the hammer makes it so. And he like raises his sword to strike her again, and she just picks up the hammer and springs it around.
Oop. Oh
Uh-oh.
And
just like Doug.
glances off his armor the first time, but she's able to bring it back around and gets him right between the shoulder and the neck. And like you hear this thunderous crack.
no. Oh. See you later, new Doug.
There's no way that's what I think it is.
And he just and he actually ends up dropping his sword and drops to one knee. He's just sitting there in agonizing pain. He grabs his shoulder and you can see him just like pull it back into place, and there's this flash of holy light as he just pumps himself full of as much healing as he can manage.
Yeah.
Lay on hands.
You think that you can beat me that easily? She says, no, I don't.
I know I can.
And she just kind of like she stamps on the ground again, and you see the stone around his feet come up and envelop him up to his neck.
Oh God.
I would like I, as both Aranis and Throkk, would both like to make perception checks to try to read the crowd to see if they are, especially the guards next to us, if they are keeping an eye on us or more the fight, because that shit just happened.
Go for it.
Alright, so Throkk, then Aranis.
Hey!
Oh, yeah. No one is paying attention to you right now. They're all transfixed.
I'm gonna
at
nudge.
this point,
We're each gonna nudge the two people closest to us within the group.
and you guys all of a sudden feel hands on your shoulders, and you look back, and there is kind of shaggy, like you see, like cloak, but underneath it you can see the shaggy blonde hair and the bright red eyes of Salic. He says, no one's paying attention right now. Come with me.
Let's have it.
And the last thing you see as he pulls you away from the rest of the crowd is Gadagar just kind of making circles around the king as he struggles to try to break free from the stone. And she's just kind of tossing the hammer back and forth, saying, you can give up at any time. I can spare your life. and the wife of your
Life
Your
of the
betrothed
wife is
over
ended
there.
by the knife.
I don't know if I should leave him.
yield. Admit defeat. And he says, as long as I draw breath upon this earth, I will not yield. Goodness must be done. And he looks over and he sees you all as you leave.
Give him, like, the most, like, sincere and honorable salute that I learned from the Lord of the Horse Lords, from the realm of the Horse Lords, and then turn to take up the rear of the group.
I don't know if I leave yet.
Salek urges you along.
But I will
No.
fight. I will
Now.
strength check him.
I will strength check you, brother.
Just escape
I-
now.
Man, we gotta get out of here. Look, remember what
And
he
as
said.
you're leaving, off in the distance you hear the roar of the crowd.
Goodness must
You're
be
not
done.
sure
He
what
trusts
happened.
us.
All you know is someone's happy, someone's not.
I
You're
go to
led
Dre-
through
Yeah.
a series of twisting, weird, crazed corridors, and eventually you find yourselves in some secluded area with a large circle with runes set into it. And he kind of gathers, and Salek gathers you all up and says,
I'm gonna keep an eye on Seven and grab him if he tries to move.
I'm sorry. The king is a good man. And I know you haven't always agreed with everything that he's done. But he's right. He told me before he went and saw you that you needed to survive because there needs to be a force of good in this world. Find the wizard. Go to the Seas of Chaos. Make sure Blesig does not make it into this world.
Understood.
It will be done.
I shouldn't have left him.
I know.
Good luck, Sentinels of Clelen. And all of a sudden,
Long live the king.
and all of a sudden his image just kind of shifts and changes and twists and then kind of melts away, and you feel in your stomach like you're being pulled, like as if you were physically like just being wrenched from where you were, and you feel like you're flying through the air and you bam land and you're in another circle, and all of a sudden all these alarms and sorts of things start going off.
I present myself in the buff. Hands on hips, legs.
You're wearing a loincloth. They've
it
made
off.
you wear a loincloth at this point.
I take it off. I plan to intimidate whoever attempts to come in.
And I will let Zach introduce this character.